Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first vlog and I'll be introducing my channel to you. It's just going to be a channel where I talk about books I love. I would love to recommend books to you if you wouldn't mind, and I'll make book reviews. I would like to introduce bookstores in Nigeria to you. For now, it's just going to be bookstores in Abuja because that's the city I live in Nigeria. And recommend to you places you can get books, really nice books, affordable books, new books, best-selling books, and all that. So yeah, welcome. And also I would be introducing Nigerian novels to you. Yeah, Nigerian literature. Most people do not know this, but lots of Nigerians write. And like last year, there were so many books, and my favorite were the books published by Masobe Publishing House, especially the title "Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad." That was a very interesting book. Lots of people read it. The title is catchy, and then the stories too are really catchy. And I think the stories are like everyday stories, things that actually happen in Nigeria. Probably Lagos, but Nigeria. Okay, so for now, I would like to I'll show you rather the books I got yesterday. Yesterday, I went book shopping at a very nice bookstore in Abuja, and I got a couple of books. So I'd like to show it to you. Ta-da! So here they are. Yeah, I hope you can see them. Hold on, I'm gonna leave this up. Yeah, so here they are. Very heavy. Oh, I think this is upside down. You still see it anyway. So, okay, first of all, I got the Aurora Rising trilogy. The Aurora Rising trilogy. Yeah. I love this book because of the cover. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but man, it's hard to ignore when you have books with so many books with beautiful covers. It's just hard to ignore. You really want to have them in your library. So yeah, this is the first book. This is the first book, Aurora Rising. This is it. I think it's a science fiction fantasy kind of. I'm not sure yet. I haven't read it. When I read, I'll know. Oh, that's the last book. Sorry. This is the second book, Aurora Burning. And the last book is Aurora's End. Yeah. So let's look at the plot summary. It says here that the year is 2380 and the graduating cadets of Aurora Academy are being assigned their first missions. Star pupil Tyler Jones is ready to recruit the squad of his dream, but his own boneheaded heroism sees him stuck with the dregs nobody else in the academy would touch. And Ty's squad isn't even his biggest problem. That will be Aurora Jeline O'Malley, the girl he had just rescued from interdimensional space. Trapped in Cyrus-sleep for 2 centuries, Ori is a girl out of time and out of her depth, but she could be the catalyst that starts a war millions of years in the making. And Tyler's squad of losers, disciplined cases and misfits might just be the last hope for the entire galaxy. So I guess it's a kind of Star Wars kind of book, saving the galaxy, whatnot, interdimensional traveling, space traveling. Yeah, so yeah, they are. After reading it, I'll be sure to give you my review and my rating. Now, this will be the first time I'm reading any book by this author. There are 2 authors, Amy Kaufman and J. Christoph. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And next we have, my favorite fantasy writer of all time. I think she's the best. I don't think any other female fantasy writer can compete with her. That's my opinion, but I really think Anne Rice is the best when it comes to fantasy writing. I just think she's the best. And it will be really hard for you to convince me otherwise. So I got this vampire series. The first is Interview with the Vampire. The second is, no, this is the second, Vampire Lestat, and the third is The Queen of the Damned. Yeah. So yeah, they are. I love Anne Rice. I always have. I think the first book was written in 1970 something, just to be sure. Yeah, I'm correct. 1976. So these are old books. And because they are old books, it means, these ideas are fresh. It's not, I think currently the old vampire thing has been overbeaten. Too many stories of vampire, and then people started creating so many things that are strange and weird, and I can't understand most of them anyway. But this is one of the original vampire series, so you can imagine. And next we have Oliver Blake. This was listed as one of the best fantasy books of 2022. Yeah, I think it actually was nominated also, but it didn't win. Sarah J. Maas's book won. So I want to read this, The Atlas 6. I want to read it because I saw like good ratings and reviews on Goodread and other sites, but I really hope it's as good as people say. I really hope so. If not, I'll cry, because the book is quite expensive. Buying books in Nigeria is actually expensive, probably because of shipping. So most times we end up paying double the price. Sometimes the shipping fee costs more than the book itself. So anyway, here is the plot summary. Each decade, 6 magicians are invited to compete for an incredible prize, a place within the secretive Alexandrian society. Their custodians guard knowledge from ancient civilizations and enjoy incredible power. And here are the contenders. Libby Rhodes and Nicole de Varona are inseparable enemies, and both can control matter with their minds. Parisa Kamali is a telepath who can perceive the deepest of secrets. Reina Mori understands the flow of life itself, and Callum Nova is an empath who can manipulate the desires of others. Finally, there's Tristan Kane, whose powers mystify even himself. Following the recruitment by the mysterious Atlas Blakely, they travel to the Society's London headquarters. Here, each must study and innovate within exoteric subject areas, and if they can prove themselves over a year, they will survive, most of them anyway. And it says here that 6 are chosen, only 5 will walk away. When it comes to fantasy, I always prefer if they are set in the real world, but the writer can add a little bit of imagination to it, but the setting should basically be in the real world. Like if you're setting in the US, maybe let's say Colorado, and then you can add some things, a place that doesn't exist, but it should just be set in the real world instead of creating a whole universe that don't exist. Those things can be quite confusing, creating a whole kingdom that doesn't exist, and especially these days, too many people do that, and then they create mystical animals, too many of them, and then you get confused. What's a this? What's a that? This is a this is a that. There's so many of them. Anyway, so I'll be reading the Atlas 6. And next, I hope you can see it. These books are so beautiful. The books are so beautiful. Really, they are. The flowers, the background, everything about it. Daughter of the Moon Goddess also was nominated last year as one of the best fantasy books. And also, this is the part 2, the sequel, or maybe they are just 2. Anyway, this is the second part of the book, Heart of the Sun Warrior, both by Su Lin Tan. I'm a huge fan of Chinese fantasy novels. I mean, I watch lots of wuxia and xianxia dramas, but my favorite are wuxia. Yeah, wuxia. The ones with the martial arts, the sects, the fighting, lots of kung fu, and then they have that clans where different clans go to war. And then anyway, I just prefer wuxia. Seriously, they are earthbound, and but you can train to be an immortal and whatnot. There's so many things about that I love. Well, the Shansha is basically those dramas where you have heavens and not other universe, more like other realms. Yeah, other realms. You have the underworld, you have the demon realms, you have the fairy realm, but it's basically a supernatural thing. Yeah, lots of flying around, walking on water, walking on air, teleporting. Anyway, so I love Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and let's look at the summary also. There are many legends about my mother. Raised on the moon. Wow. Yin was unaware she was being hidden from the celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality. But when her magic flares and Yin's existence is discovered, she is forced to flee her home, leaving her mother behind. Alone, powerless and afraid, Yin makes her way to the celestial kingdom, a land of wonder and secrets. In disguise, she trains alongside the emperor's son, mastering archery and magic. Despite the passion which flames between them, to rescue her mother, Cheyenne embarks on a quest, confronting legendary creatures and vicious enemies. But when forbidden magic threatens the kingdom, Cheyenne must challenge the ruthless emperor, leaving her torn between losing all she loves or plunging the realm into chaos. Yeah, this is the standard Shanxia storyline, which, yeah, it is. I've seen so many dramas with this plot. That doesn't mean I don't love it. I do, because like even if they basically have, let's say, the same theme, the stories are different. Yeah, the stories are different, but it has all the elements of a Shanxia novel. And I don't know, but I'm guessing it's a Shansha instead of a Wusha, because we have the Celestial Emperor. The Celestial Emperor is like Zeus, the king of all the gods and all that. Yeah, but I'm confused. Why do they need elixir of immortality if they are immortals? Anyway, I'll have to read it to find out. So here we go. Book 1 and 2. This would be my February read. I have so many books on my TBR that I said I was going to read, but I don't know when. But I'm sure I will before the end of the year. But these I'm definitely going to read soon, in February. I probably will start now, but since the month is about to end, I'll just say February. Okay, so once again, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, Heart of the Sun by Su Lin Tan, and The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. And of course, the Vampire series by, I'm just going to call it the Vampire series. I'm sure the series has a name, but I really don't know. But basically, everything about the book is about vampires. So, Anne Rice, book 1, 2, 3. I don't know when or where I'll get the others, but maybe when I'm ready, I will. And then, yeah, the Aurora Circle trilogy. Amy Kaufman and J. Christoph. I hope I chose well. So what do you think about my new purchase? I hope you like it, or you like them rather. And tell me if you think I got really cool books. Yeah, so here you go. And they're so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Mostly, I picked them by their covers. Because I really love beautiful books. I had to even hold myself back from getting more because there's so many books. I saw this really cool edition of those Penguin classics. I don't know if they're Penguin classics, but those Little Women. I even saw the Iliad, a very nice edition. And then I saw is it Anna Karenina? Yeah, Anna Karenina, the book by Tolstoy. I hope I pronounced that correctly. The book that they say is like the greatest novel ever written. I saw a very beautiful copy of it. I don't know that edition. I wish I could buy, but I already have two of that book already. I really don't want to buy another one, but it was actually cheap. I think it was just 5,000. I'll show it to you when next I go there. So take care, have a nice day, have a nice weekend, Sunday, weekday. Anyway, depends on when I post the video. But this, right now, this is Sunday morning and it's barely, yeah, barely 11 a.m. So have a great day and read interesting books. Read books you love. Don't read books because people like them or people. Anyway, bye.